everyone, Tracy here with Paper Closet Designs. In today's video, I want to show you how to assemble the Poinsettia envelope box card. This box card does have a few more pieces, but it goes together still very quickly and it is so pretty. So let's go ahead and get started by showing you the pieces that do come with it. So first we have this season's greetings. This is our printable sentiment and it does come with the file, so you can print it out, or there's also a blank one if you want to handwrite or stamp your greeting. And then we'll have our little shadow behind it. So that's our greeting. Just set that aside for a second. And then we have 3 poinsettias. So this is the leaves for the large poinsettia. And there are your 3 pieces. Now I will tell you that most of my poinsettia files, the layers are, there's 5 layers to the flower. And in this one, there's only 3 layers to each flower, just because I didn't want it so heavy. So then you have the 2 smaller leaves, and then the 2 smaller flowers that have the 3 pieces, and then the center pieces for each of those. I'm just gonna divide those up. And then you have your embellishment piece or panels, your decorative panels. So this goes on the front. This is also on the front. These 2 shapes go on the side of your box, and this is the back of your box. And then your actual box pieces, you will have 2 pieces that are the very same, and this is for the back, and they will go back to back, and I'll show you that in a minute as we start to assemble the box. Then you have your front. This would be the flap of your envelope that looks like it's folded up. This is the box, and then this is your insert piece or your middle piece. So we're going to go ahead and start with that one, and I've already done it, but you're just going to score those flaps towards you or up. And then we're going to assemble our poinsettia. So the first one we're going to do is we're going to take these big leaves and we're going to glue them right to the front. And this is really easy to assemble because the shadow or the placement pieces are already there. And you could ink this up if you wanted to. That would be really pretty as well. Okay, perfect. Now to assemble the poinsettia, all you're going to do is you're going to take these leaves and you're going to kind of turn them up and then pull them down towards you. So I just put my thumb right there on the bottom, pull it up, and then curve it down. And you can use a scraper tool if you have it, or like a credit card or something. But then all we're going to do is just glue that right to the center there. We'll take the next size and do the same thing. Put it up. And just kind of twist it down over your finger, excuse me. And I do have a video on how to assemble the 5-layer poinsettias, but they're pretty much the same. And then when you put those on there, you just want to alternate the leaves so that they're not, or the petals, excuse me, so they're not all pointed in the same direction. And you really could ink those up, or you could even do it out of different colors or different shades of pink to give it a little bit more dimension. And then we're just going to glue our little center right in there. And there is the middle piece. So now let's go ahead and assemble these 2 poinsettias. Actually, they are going to go on, let me find it. They are going to go on this outside piece, but first we need, they're going to go on this outside piece. So I'm going to take this one, this little leaf, and just line it up And then I'm going to do the same thing with my second leaf first, before I put the flowers on. Okay. And then I found it was just a little bit easier to assemble the poinsettias first and then put them on there. So we're going to go ahead and just do this really quick. And you do have 3 different sizes for each flower. 3 different sizes of the petals. It goes together really quick, and this is such a fun little box card. And if you want something with some wow factor, but that doesn't take you forever to do, this would be a great card. Okay, so there's, whoops, I don't think I got enough glue on that one. And from my past files with the poinsettia, I've seen some people do some really creative things for those middles. They've put like yellow beads in there instead of that centerpiece, or like a big brad if you've got it, or a big button. Just depends on what look you're going for, but the centerpiece is included, so you don't have to worry about it if you don't, if you don't want to do something different. Okay. The secret to making these really neat is to make sure that you bend those petals. And you don't want them sticking straight up, because if you look at a real life poinsettia, they don't all stick straight up. They kind of bend towards the back. And you don't want them all lined up. You want them kind of twisted so they look layered. Now we're going to go ahead and glue those on, and I just kind of glued them right on the top of that circle from the leaf. That's a great placement line, but they don't have to be exact. And then that's what it looks like in the back. Okay, so there is that piece. Now I'm going to go ahead and glue my sentiment to that tab. Okay, and then I'm going to do the rest of this with my tape runner. So I'm going to go ahead and put my glue away. This is the box piece, and we want to fold all the tabs down or away from us. And then we're going to add the embellishment pieces first before we do anything else. So this green piece goes right here. Go ahead and get my tape runner. Okay, and then the 2 side pieces, we can do the same. Next, we put this flap piece, and it's going to get glued right on there, even along the edge of the bottom. And it goes right between the 2 score lines, so it fits in right between there. And then we're going to take this piece, and we're going to put it on there, and it should lay line up so that there's a little bit of a shadow. And you want to make sure that you tape this edge really well, but don't get any tape or glue on your flowers. Okay, and then just make sure that you've got a little bit of shadow as you line that up. There is the front of your box, and then you can put your little sentiment on there, or you could leave it off if you wanted to, or you know, like I said, you can handwrite one, or if you have a rubber stamp. But I like the little printable one. Oh, I kind of got it over the leaf, but that's okay. Okay, so there is the front. Now I'm going to take my insert piece, and I'm going to flip it over, and I'm going to put tape on the two edges. And I want it really good and sticky. Okay, I'm going to turn the front piece over, and then I'm going to line this up right on there along that score line. I'm going to lay it over and then fold this one over, and I got that not quite right where I wanted it. Okay. And then when you pop it open, there it is. But I did something wrong. See, you can all make mistakes because I designed it and I still made a mistake. This needs to be lined up with the bottom. There we go. There we go. Otherwise, it's going to be too tall to fit in your box. So that's what that looks like. Now, we're going to take one of our back pieces, and we're going to glue this insert, or this decorative panel, to it. And again, there's a little bit of a shadow. So, with that piece, we're going to flip this back over, and we're going to put glue on the inside of these back tabs. And once again, I want them pretty sticky. In fact, usually when I'm doing this to mail it, I actually use glue. But for the video, and because I don't want to hold it, it works better to use the tape runner. Okay, so now I'm going to take this back flap, and I'm going to line it just right of that score line, right there. Matching up the bottom, press it to get a real good grip, and then we're going to fold it over, and we're going to take this tab, line the edge of our back right on that score line, and fold the tab over, lay it flat. Okay, there is that envelope box. Now the reason we have this second piece is so that we can hide the tags, and then you can sign on it or whatever. So I'm going to go ahead and glue that on, and I am out of tape. So let me grab this other one. Just line it up even with the other one. And there is your season's greetings. And then I have, okay, and that is all there is to it. So thank you for joining me today. Go ahead and hit subscribe down below.